Hey, I don't want to be a ghost yet.
Ghost types add a complex element of spooky depth to the world of Pokemon, and even way back in Generation 1, they've been some of the fan favorites. Today we're looking at the very best of these apparitions. I'm Keefinosi with Pokebinge, and these are the best ghost type Pokemon and why they're awesome. Real quick, this list only considers fully evolved Pokemon and focuses on lore, design, and competitive viability. Starting up this list is an up-and-coming doggo that's bad to the stone, Houndstone. This is one of the several new dog Pokemon to come out for Generation 9. And there's plenty to set Houndstone apart from the other doggos and other ghost types. Beginning this list, Houndstone is not what you'd expect from a typical ghost type. It gets the busted move Last Respects. This move starts out at 50 base physical power, then grows by 50 each time one of your team members faints. Even after just one team member faints, Houndstone's packing 100 base power ghost move. If you're backed into a corner on your last Pokemon, Houndstone's gonna be hitting with 300 base power. That hits harder than Explosion with no downside. If you manage to revive teammates in a battle over and over to keep racking up damage, Last Respects caps out at 5050 base power. F in the chat. There's never been a more powerful move. Besides Last Respects, Houndstone has interesting abilities that allow for versatile builds. Sand Rush doubles its poor 68 base speed, allowing it to outspeed most threats. Meanwhile, Fluffy bolsters its physical bulk immensely at the cost of a weakness to fire. It packs respectable bulk and attack, sitting around 100 base in each stat. Be it for a late game sweeper or supporting tank, Houndstone is a loyal friend. Next on our list is another new powerhouse, Annihilape, back from the grave with a vengeance. This evolution to Primeape has been foreshadowed for decades at this point. The result is a furious, bulky, versatile, undead monkey pig, and it's glorious. Its signature move, Rage Fist, is a perfect combination of flavor and function. Each time Annihilape is hit, the 50 base power ghost move grows by 50. This Pokemon is more than able to take a few hits and hit back harder with its stellar ghost fighting typing. Its well-rounded stats and perfect offensive ghost fighting typing is resisted by only one line of Pokemon. It has a fantastic 110 base HP and 115 attack with solid stats everywhere else. Annihilape can tank hits from faster threats and hit back harder. It also outspeeds and overpowers many bulkier threats. Drain Punch keeps it healthy, Bulk Up lets it tank more hits and build rage to ridiculous proportions. Defiant is the best ability that sharply raises attack if a stat's lowered by an opponent. The ghost fighting typing is fantastic defensively and offensively, making it difficult for opponents to approach without enraging Annihilape. The original ghost steel type, Aegislash, does everything you want at all the right times. Its ability Stance Change sets up layers of mind games for your opponents to navigate. The better you can read your opponent, the harder you can punish their plays. This slow Sword and Shield Pokemon comes from Kalos. You would think it would be easy to wear it down, easier said than done though. It's rocking 150 in the defensive stats, and Aegislash's ability lets it swap offensive stats and defensive stats on the attack. Its signature move, King's Shield, can reset it back to its stellar defensive stats and punish physical attackers hard by sharply lowering their attack if they connect. It's since been nerfed to 140 in each stat. This hinders it slightly, but it's still tremendously good at taking hits and hitting back harder. As far as inanimate object Pokemon go, this one does a lot right. It has a compelling backstory that fits with possessed sword tropes. Next on our list is Aegislash again? Oh no, it's Hisuian Zoroark, the first and only of the Ghost Normal line of Pokemon. This Pokemon sports only one weakness and 3 immunities. With its ability Illusion, your opponent's gonna be second-guessing themselves every moment Hisuian Zoroark continues to lurk. The red and white wispy design is a somehow cooler reimagining of the original Dark Zoroark. This fast, frail Pokemon hits hard with a unique variety of moves. 105 in speed and physical attack and 120 in special attack make for an effective mixed attacker. U-Turn can help Hisuian Zoroark pivot, Nasty Plot can double their great special attack, and it has several effective offensive moves to choose from. Its signature move, Bitter Malice, is a 75 special base power ghost move that lowers the opponent's physical attack by 1. It's fine on Hisuian Zoroark, but it's too frail to take hits even after the stat reduction, and generally likes the power from Shadow Ball better. Up next on our list is another regional form, Alolan Marowak. This is a clever combination of several ideas. Traditional fire dancers meld perfectly with Marowak's established lore of the afterlife. At first glance, its stats seem a little lackluster. Its highest stat is 110 defense with terrible speed and health and barely usable 80 in attack and special defense. What makes it awesome is its signature item, Thick Club. This item makes Alolan Marowak a significant threat by doubling its attack. It keeps the signature move of Cantonian Marowak in Bone Meringue and has Shadow Bone and 85 base power physical ghost move on top of that. Solid design, great abilities, and hits like a truck. Rockhead allows Alolan Marowak to spam the 120 base power physical fire move Flare Blitz with no recoil. Swords Dance is an option if you absolutely want whatever's in front of you to be gone. While slow and easily worn down, its damage output is ridiculous and fun to use. The next Paradox Pokemon is a Ghost Fairy reimagining of Misdreavus, Fluttermane. Phenomenal offensive and defensive typing, a fantastic move pool, and stats to make it threaten anything. That's Flutter Mane. Its ability Photosynthesis gives you another mode of versatility. If it holds booster energy or is in the sun, it gets a boost to its highest stat. This can boost its 135 base speed if you absolutely need to outspeed everything, or special attack to make its 135 special attack hit even harder. It has excellent access to coverage moves, making it incredibly difficult to wall. Power Gem, Thunderbolt, or Energy Ball can absolutely destroy matchups that can tank the neutral stab attacks. Flutter Mane is surprisingly versatile. As effective as spamming Moonblast and Shadow Ball is, Flutter Mane can be an effective setup sweeper or support. Calm Mind, Substitute, and Draining Kiss can greatly increase Flutter Mane's longevity. Icy Wind, Taunt, Thunder Wave, and Trick Room all make for an excellent support build too. Another Pokemon with rich cultural influences, Marshadow is based on the legend of the Menehune and Night Marchers of Hawaiian culture. Menehune of Hawaiian culture are a race of dwarves said to be excellent crafters. Besides the stature, the bigger influence is the Night Marchers. Night Marchers are the spirits of Hawaiian warriors who rise from graves and the ocean. Mortals, to draw their ire or look at them directly, are destined to die violently. This is certainly comparable to Marshadow. This was the first ghost fighting type Pokemon who sits more on the glass cannon side of things compared to Annihilape. With 125 in speed and attack, Marshadow has no trouble outspeeding and threatening most opponents. Close combat works perfectly on this Pokemon with several excellent choices for coverage and priority options. Marshadow is the only Pokemon to learn its signature move, Spectral Thief. This move does everything you want it to. It hits harder than conventional physical ghost type moves with 90 physical base power. It steals the stats of the opposing Pokemon, and then the move hits. This move is consistently powerful and punishes setup sweepers hard. It even bypasses substitutes. This move perfectly complements the flavor of its user. Marshadow mimics its enemies from the darkness, copying their movements. By the time Marshadow attacks, it knows your every move. Gholdengo is worth its weight in gold. This string cheese money surfer is the 1000th Pokemon made up of 1,000 gold coins. This ghost steel type had big shoes to fill after Aegislash set the precedent for this phenomenal typing. Gholdengo did not disappoint. Its ability, Good as Gold, is incredible. A blanket immunity to status moves stops most support Pokemon from doing anything besides drowning in a sea of coins. This brings us to its signature move, Make It Rain. We've seen 120 base power special moves that sharply lower special attack before. Make It Rain only lowers special attack by 1 instead of 2. This is half the downside of other similar moves, backed up by a stellar 133 base special attack and nasty plot to double that already fantastic stat. It can obliterate anything in its path. It has fantastic coverage and is well-rounded in each other aspect. Its access to recovery and stellar typing can keep Gholdengo in the fight longer than your opponents can take. Next on our list is the Ghost Fire counterpart to the Mega Man-esque Armor Rouge, Ceruledge. This set of armor fueled by bitter anger has surprisingly in-depth inspiration. Double blade arms are simply awesome, but may be a nod to El Cid, a knight famous in Spanish folklore. El Cid also used 2 swords. Ceruledge makes for a unique offensive threat, 125 in physical attack and moderately good everywhere else. Its ability Weak Armor can double its passable 85 in speed to outspeed most threats, or Flash Fire grants a fire immunity and it makes fire moves hit even harder. After a Swords Dance and a speed boost, there are few things that can hold up to these twin blades. Its signature move Bitter Blade is another perfect combination of flavor and function, a 90 base power fire move that heals half the damage it deals. Ceruledge's moderate bulk and great attack allow it to stay in and outfight its opponents. Shadow Sneak can pick off faster threats, and Close Combat or Solar Blade deal massive damage to threats that may otherwise wall Ceruledge. The only Ghost pseudo-legendary strikes a balance of cool and absurd. The Ghost Dragon Dragapult shares a typing with Giratina, but manages to make for a distinctly unique build and playstyle. Dragapult has nearly unmatched speed with base 142. It easily outspeeds many Scarf users and other speed-boosting Pokemon organically. Dragapult can leverage its speed for a variety of roles. 120 physical attack, 100 special attack, and a phenomenal move pool let Dragapult pull off a variety of builds well. U-Turn also lets Dragapult wear down enemies and keeps it away from bulkier threats that can take advantage of its fragility. Dragapult's signature move, Dragon Darts, is a perfect combination of silly and powerful. Pokemon's design philosophy keeps things light and fun. Where other franchises would not hesitate to weld artillery to creatures, Pokemon opts for a more imaginative route. Launching Dreepy from its head is something that only Pokemon could do. The Dreepy are absolutely about being launched at Mach speeds. This comes across as strangely wholesome. The move itself is a physical base 50 dragon move that hits twice. Easily spammable, Dragon Darts takes healthy chunks out of anything that doesn't resist. It can break past and punish substitutes, focus sashes, or hit multiple opponents. Dragapult has a phenomenal move pool that lets it play any kind of role, and well. While not the strongest special attacker nor bulkiest support, its nearly unmatched speed lets it be effective at either. Shadow Rider Calyrex is bonkers. The ghostly speed Spectrier and High King Pokemon Calyrex make for a duo that's greater than the sum of their parts. 165 special attack, 150 speed. The rest of the stats, they don't even matter. You're going to outspeed almost everything and you're going to overwhelm almost everything. It's not enough that it hits stupidly hard though. Its signature move, Astral Barrage, is a 120 special base power ghost move with the downside of, no, there's no downside. No recoil, no charge, no stat lowering, just a barrage of unyielding ghostly energy. Each half of Shadow Rider Calyrex brings their own special abilities called as one. If its special attack is not already busted, its special attack is increased by 1 stage every time to cause a Pokemon to faint. This ability also stops opponents from using berries, which prevents damage reduction or clutch healing berries. Like many ghost-type Pokemon, Shadow Rider Calyrex is capable of several strategies outside of the simple but admittedly effective hit hard fast builds. Disable, status, support, and Leech Seed Stall are all viable on Calyrex with its easily abusable 150 base speed. The bronze medal for best ghost type goes to the Renegade Pokemon Platinum mascot Distortion World Ruler and Arceus Betrayer, Giratina. Giratina has excellent lore with viability to match. Giratina's lore and theories run so deep in the franchise that it could be an entire video. The design is incredible in both forms. This Pokemon sits in one of the most interesting places in Pokemon lore. As far as legendary groups go, there hasn't been a complex relationship between them before nor since. It's easy to point out this Pokemon as evil, an agent of chaos and destruction that deserves to be kept away from the rest of the universe. In a different lens, Giratina is a reluctant but essential embodiment of antimatter. Perhaps Giratina is doomed to play the villain, and plays the part well. Stats meet expectations for the villain of the Pokemon universe. Base 120 in each defensive stat backed up with fantastic defensive typing and a massive 150 in HP is the dream. Giratina is one of the bulkiest Pokemon to exist, shrugging off powerful hits from the strongest legendaries. Its origin form still packs tremendous bulk with 100 in each, but takes on a more aggressive 120 in each attacking stat. This is great for most Pokemon, but a little small for the embodiment of chaos. Luckily, Grizius Orb boosts Dragon and Ghost-type moves by 20%. Grizius Orb allows Giratina to punch above its weight class while still being an incredible tank. Its signature move is a commendable 120 base power physical Ghost-type move. It grants a turn of semi-invulnerability followed by a hit that cannot miss and bypasses Protect. It's a little slow to use, but a consistently powerful option. Giratina is the most plot-warping Pokemon on this list, being a central villain in several games and stories. Its stellar battle abilities easily earn it the bronze medal for the coolest Ghost-type. The silver medal for best Ghost-type goes to the reject Pikachu turned fan favorite, Mimikyu. Since its reveal, Mimikyu has been renowned for its clever design and endearing backstory. The story goes that Mimikyu's true form is so horrible, it drives everything away from it. Only, Mimikyu wants nothing more than to be adored, just like Pikachu. In a plea to be accepted, it puts together a Pikachu costume. The only issue is that people still find the shambled together costume unsettling anyway. You would think that its middling stats would make it a terrible Pokemon, or at least otherwise unnotable. Despite capping out 105 in special defense, 96 in speed, and 90 in physical attack, Mimikyu's toolset keeps it incredibly effective in battle. Mimikyu's ability Disguise lets it take its first hit without receiving damage, instead losing an eighth of its health. Before the nerf, there was no life loss whatsoever on the first hit, meaning you could throw a Focus Sash and ensure it would take at least 3 hits. It doesn't matter if your attack is maximized and you're hitting for super effective damage, it would still take 3 hits to KO Mimikyu, at least, leaving Mimikyu time to set up or make counterattacks. Mimikyu is so busted it has a form that outright says it. Despite being nerfed, it still takes at least 2 hits to KO a Mimikyu. That one free turn can be all it needs to punch holes through a team's strategy. This Pokemon has such a quirky toolset, but it works. Wood Hammer for damage, Drain Punch for health regeneration, Shadow Sneak for a solid priority option, and Play Rough is a consistent powerful stab attack. Its support options are also fantastic. This Trick Room setter is almost impossible to stop and has all the status moves you could want as a support. This can stop setup sweepers in their tracks and makes revenge killing an opponent easy. Mimikyu is no stranger to setting up a sweep itself. The problem with setting up a sweep is enduring hits while you raise your stats. Mimikyu gets a free Swords Dance every time. Mimikyu offers a unique playstyle unlike other Pokemon. This first Ghost Fairy type perfectly captures the idea of a lost spirit wanting nothing more than to be adored. The best Ghost-type Pokemon is an icon. People who don't know much about Pokemon know about this #1 pick. Gengar, the Shadow Pokemon, takes the gold medal for the best Ghost-type Pokemon. I don't need to tell you why Gengar is so awesome, you already know, so that's the video. Actually no, I'll tell you. The design is simple but perfect. Since Generation 1, it's been a final stage evolution that rewarded you for trading. It had a 1-2 punch of Hypnosis and Dream Eater. While unreliable and not viable in a modern competitive battle, this is such a cool blend of flavor and function. This nightmarish ghost Pokemon feasts on the dreams of its enemies. enemies. Useless most of the time, but such a cool concept. Its stats are also fantastic. Gengar has 110 base speed, 130 special attack, but is otherwise frail. Nearly 3 decades later, it still threatens much of the game with that 130 base special attack. This first and only Ghost Poison type packs an impressive move pool. Like plenty of other Ghost types on this list, Gengar packs an excellent combination of offensive and support options. Gengar previously loved the ground immunity with Levitate, but has since gotten Cursed Body, which has a 30% chance of disabling the move of an opponent that makes contact. Combined with the moves Disable, Destiny Bond, Encore, Perish Song, and/or Taunt, Gengar famously can be very slippery to deal with. Again, a perfect blend of flavor and function. This mischievous spirit can hit plenty hard, but just as easily dances circles around you, preventing you from getting a clean hit in. Gengar is an icon, and Game Freak knows it. It's the only non-starter Pokemon to receive a Mega Evolution and Gigantamax form. Gengar has been a staple of the franchise, making several important appearances in anime, spin-off games, comics, and is at the heart of several fan theories. Gengar is the perfect example of a ghost type. It lurks in shadows, silently absorbing the heat from its target. This sends chills down your spine. By the time you hear its harrowing laugh, it's already too late.